Most divers worry about what's beneath them. Very few think about what happens if the boat disappears. It sounds unthinkable, but it has happened. More than once. Picture the scene. You surface after a routine offshore dive. The water is calm. Visibility is good. Your air management was solid. You break the surface expecting to see the boat nearby. But instead, there is only open ocean. No engine noise, no hull on the horizon, no one waving from the deck, just water, and distance in every direction. In documented cases, divers have surfaced to find themselves more than 100 miles from shore, completely alone. At that distance, even strong swimmers are effectively stationary targets in the open sea. The first phase is confusion. Divers often assume the boat is just out of view. They wait. They scan the horizon. They inflate their surface markers. Minutes pass. Then the second phase begins. Realization. The boat is not coming back. Heart rate rises. Breathing quickens. And the ocean suddenly feels very different. Because offshore, you are no longer just a diver. You are a silhouette on the surface. And in many offshore environments, that silhouette does not go unnoticed. Large pelagic predators routinely patrol these waters. Most of the time, they ignore surface activity. Most of the time. But extended exposure changes the equation. Fatigue sets in. Dehydration begins. Sun exposure compounds stress. And the longer a person remains isolated offshore, the more decision-making begins to degrade. This is where survival psychology becomes critical. Panic wastes energy. Erratic movement increases visibility. Poor flotation management accelerates exhaustion. The divers who survive these incidents tend to do one thing very well. They stay controlled. They stay together. And most importantly, they stay afloat. Because in the open ocean, 100 miles from land, rescue is rarely fast. But survival windows can be longer than people think, if the mind holds. If the breathing stays controlled. And if small mistakes don't cascade into fatal ones. The ocean is unforgiving. But it is also predictable to those who understand its patterns. And sometimes, the most dangerous moment of a dive is the moment after you surface. As the minutes tick by, the realization sinks in deeper. This is not just an inconvenience. It is a reality that few dare to contemplate. Your mind races through survival instincts cultivated by experience and training, yet nothing prepares you for the sheer vastness of the ocean around you. Each wave lapping against your skin feels like a reminder of your isolation, a whisper of encouragement or despair, depending on how you choose to perceive it. Your heart pounds in your chest as the sunlight glistens off the ocean's surface, creating an illusionary safety while you sense the lurking unpredictability beneath. You take a deep breath, forcing yourself to remain calm, swimming slowly to conserve energy, and look for signs of life. Anything that could guide you back. The sun beats down relentlessly. Your skin begins to feel the burn, yet your spirit clings to the hope of rescue. Time blurs. Each minute feels like an eternity, and the fleeting thoughts of loved ones begin to shift the priority of survival, echoing reminders of why you need to endure. You fight against the waves, instinctively calling out in vain, hoping someone might hear you. With every passing moment, the horizon remains barren, a haunting reminder of your situation. Your thoughts flicker back to your dive buddy, the team you left on the boat. And for a heartbeat, guilt washes over you. Could you have done something differently? But you banish those thoughts. Focus is essential now. You start to make a plan, battling the panic that threatens to engulf you. You scan the ocean's surface for anything. Birds, other boats, random debris, something that can tether you back to safety. The realization creeps in again. The currents will not wait for you to find your way home. Adrenaline fuels your resolve as you attempt to stay visible, but in the chase for hope, You must guard against the fatigue gnawing at your limbs, each stroke becoming heavier than the last, yet you push on. A shadow passes beneath you, and your heart races with a mix of fear and curiosity. The water shifts slightly, a reminder of the lives teeming below the surface, perhaps predators drawn by your presence. Abandoning the hope of rescue, a new instinct kicks in. You must assert your space. You begin to tread water more vigorously, raising your arms above your head, creating as much surface area as possible, all the while keeping an eye on the shifting depths below. The sun begins to dip low on the horizon, casting long shadows across the water as twilight creeps in. Stars start to flicker to life above, illuminating a vast, endless expanse, history whispering silently through the waves. In this moment, amidst the encroaching night, hope and despair wrestle within you, battling for dominance. You remind yourself that survival is a choice, not merely a coincidence. As night falls, the temperature dips, and you can no longer tell where the water ends and the sky begins. You take slow, measured breaths, each inhalation a reminder of your resolve to survive. The darkening water has become an enticing yet terrifying realm, and with each ripple you imagine the unseen creatures gliding effortlessly beneath you. Instinctively, you feel the weight of your vulnerability pressing down, yet something deep within you stirs, a primal will to endure, to fight against the tide of despair threatening to sweep you away. You visualize the stars, once so comforting, now appear as distant beacons taunting your solitude. Instead of succumbing to fear, you find strength in their light, vowing to remain buoyed by hope despite the isolation. Every instinct urges you to scream, to cry out, yet the ocean's vastness swallows your voice whole, leaving you adrift. But within that silence, a realization emerges. Sometimes the loudest battles are fought within, and the most vital victories lie in choosing to keep your head above water. The darkness deepens, wrapping around you like a heavy blanket, and you begin to recognize that this night will test every ounce of your strength and resolve. You focus on the gentle rhythm of your breathing, using it as a lifeline to ground yourself. As fatigue gnaws at your limbs and the chill of the night encroaches, you remind yourself of the fundamental truth. Survival is not merely a goal, but a relentless commitment etched in your psyche. The glow of distant stars reflects your humble determination, whispering promises of possibilities yet unseen. Despite the creeping sense of despair that threatens to overwhelm you, every minute you remain afloat is a triumph. The ocean is vast and indifferent, but within that vastness lies your strength. It fuels your spirit. You scan the endless expanse, praying for a glimpse of hope, whether a ship's light in the distance or the silhouette of a fellow survivor emerging from the dark. Above all, you cling to the thought that the night will eventually give way to dawn. The first light will not only bring warmth, but hope. As thoughts of home flicker through your mind, you grit your teeth and fend off the cold with determination. You will be found. You will survive. Every wave that crashes against you only fuels that fire within. But as the hours stretch on, fatigue wraps around you like a chilling cloak, and each wave feels heavier than the last, as if the ocean itself is testing your endurance. Your body aches, and the horizon blurs, but amidst the rising tide of exhaustion, clarity pierces through. You remember those training drills, the countless hours spent practicing how to stay calm in emergencies, how crucial it is to maintain your buoyancy and mental focus. With purpose, you tread water, arms moving rhythmically, conserving energy while keeping your head raised above the surface. Every glance around the shimmering pitch-black water brings both trepidation and a stubborn spark of determination. You are not lost yet. You summon memories of laughter and love from family and friends, allowing their images to invigorate your spirit and push back against the encroaching despair. The symphony of the night only emphasizes your solitude, each splash of water echoing your heartbeat, a reminder of life's persistence. You tell yourself that surrender is not an option. And though you are alone in this vast expanse, each moment you endure is a step closer to survival. As you float, the gentle rise and fall of the waves become a meditation, a mantra anchoring you to the present. You won't let the darkness consume you. You will make it to morning. The hours wane slowly, and each lap of water against your skin feels like a whisper from the deep, urging you to give in. Beneath the beauty of the stars, fear gnaws incessantly, but you refuse to yield. You focus on the horizon's silhouette, remembering that even the fiercest storms eventually yield to calm. You adjust your position, embracing the buoyancy of the water. Determination pulses through you, igniting your will to remain vigilant. With every muscle straining against exhaustion, you forge through the darkness, holding on to the conviction that dawn, with its promise of rescue and renewal, will surely come. The night may be long, but you know that it is not the end. It is just a passage, a moment suspended in time where survival becomes your only reality. You allow the chill of the water to seep into your bones, reminding you that the darkness is merely a backdrop against which your battle for survival unfolds. Inwardly, you weigh the choices still available. Should you conserve energy, or risk a swim to find something, anything, that might mark your way back to safety? With every breath, you feel the weight of uncertainty pressing upon you. Yet amid that uncertainty, a flicker of resolve ignites. You remind yourself that countless others have faced similar fates and emerged, victorious against the odds. Each moment in this abyss calls upon every shred of resilience. Honor it, embrace it, and let it guide your actions. Something stirs within, urging you to push beyond fatigue, and that inner spark, ignited by the weight of purpose, becomes your lifeline in the looming darkness. As the first light begins to break over the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, a rush of hope floods your senses. You instinctively raise your head higher, squinting against the brilliance, searching for any sign of life or land. The chill of night gives way to the warmth of dawn, igniting a new sense of possibility within you. You feel a surge of adrenaline, urging you to keep moving, to stay visible in this vast ocean that has held you captive. Each pulse of the waves now seems more welcoming, promising that maybe, just maybe, today will be the day you find your way back. The despair of darkness retreats, replaced by the belief that hope is not just a flicker. It can become a flame, guiding you toward safety and salvation. Yet amid those optimistic hues, the ocean still remains a formidable foe. Each swell serves as a stark reminder of your vulnerability. With the dawn fully illuminating the sky, a distant sound reaches your ears. A faint engine hum, growing louder as a shape emerges on the horizon. Hope surges through your veins, propelling you to signal with all your strength, waving your arms desperately as the vessel cuts through the water, drawing closer to you and the promise of salvation.